Hey everybody, this is the video I promised you about an actual tax deed. So this is what they look like. This is one actually from the Orlando area. Let me zoom out so you can get a good idea of what the entire document looks like. So it's actually a deed, just like a regular deed. Of course, that's why they call it tax deed. So it looks that way. It's got all the signatures and everything on there, and you can tell that it's been recorded in the public records because there's a, I can't show it to you here, but there's a right in this area over here, there's the recording stuff, like what time and the date it was recorded. And all I did to this is an actual one that's recorded in the records. All I did to this one was white out the area where it shows the owner's name. So this is recorded here in Orange County, Florida, and at the very top it says tax deed. So a regular deed, like a warranty deed or quitclaim deed, would say warranty deed or quitclaim deed. So a tax deed says just that. And if you scroll all the way down, you'll see who signs it, the comptroller. And depending on what area you're buying these in, it could be the clerk of the court. So in Florida, the comptroller, Orange County is the only one that has a comptroller, so they sign it here, but anywhere else it would be the clerk of the court. Okay, and then and this is actually the deputy county commissioner. So it's the second in charge over there that signed it. And it's got two witnesses and, of course, a notary, which is what's required to record something, especially a deed, in the state of Florida. Alright, so let's just scroll up to the top here. And we'll see here, let's see, the following tax certificate. So they always show you the certificate number, and you hear that at the auction as well. So the following tax certificate number, 2010-13100, issued on May 31st, 2010. So this property sold, you can see where I'm pointing at right here. This property sold right here on October 10th, 2013. And here it went to tax deed sale on October 10th, 2013. So it was an actual certificate from the 2010 year, which means it was sold in 2011. I think I'm calculating that correctly. In the office of the tax collector of this county and applicable made the issuance of a tax deed. The applicant having paid or redeemed all other certificates or tax sale having paid or redeemed all other taxes or tax sale certificates on the land described as described by the law, blah, blah, blah. So it sounds really, really, legalese, but it is important. So let me finish the rest of it. Tax sale certificate on the land described as required by law to be paid or redeemed, and the cost and expenses of this sale and due notice of sale has been published as required by law. And no person entitled to do so having appeared to redeem such land was on the 10th day of October 2013 offered for sale as required by law for cash to the highest bidder and was sold to, and right here in red, that's where the new owner's name and address will go. So, Jane Doe or Corporation, Apple Trees or whatever you want to call it, LLC, being the highest bidder and having paid the sum of his high bid as required by the laws of Florida. And then it goes on to say what day this happened, and they paid the sum of $29,000. And here is the legal description for that property. So it's obviously a condominium, and it is signed and notarized. Now let's get back up here. So the tax certificate is sold, and the owner has 2 years to pay it off. And you see it's mentioned here in that paragraph, the applicant having paid or redeemed all other taxes. So whoever buys that certificate, they have to pay all the other back taxes in order to bring it to sale. Okay? As required by the law. And that's Chapter 197 of the Florida Statutes. So they also paid the costs and expenses of this sale. And here it's saying that notice was given that the sale was coming up as required. That means the law says you have to give notice. And no one entitled to do so, which would include the owner, appeared to redeem. And redeem means pay the taxes. So the owner didn't appear to pay the taxes to prevent it from going to sale, and didn't even appear to even buy it if it was going to sale anyway. Such land was then on the 10th day of October offered for sale as required to the highest bidder. And so then that's what happens. So this person bid at the auction and they were the highest bidder at $29,000, and so they returned. Normally they'll ask you to put down a deposit, and after you put that deposit down, you give a certain amount of time to come back and pay the balance. So they came back, they paid the balance, and it's at that time that they wrote out this tax deed and signed it. Okay, and then put the seal that's right here